Hey gang. Ooh. We're back, reporting live from the garage shop. Squeaky chair. The shop chair just wouldn't be right if it wasn't kind of squeaky, I think. But anyhow, what we're looking at here is a whole heap of black walnut. So a family member of a family member had collected this at some point, cut it down, milled it down, stacked it in a backyard, and forgot about it. Maybe they didn't forget about it, but left it as if they did. It sat there for many years, and now with some life changes, they're cleaning up, and I had an opportunity to take a whole lot of this stuff home. So what I'm doing is cutting off everything that's damaged. Like I said, it's been sitting outside, so we got some rot and pest damage that we're going to need to remove, and I'm going to keep everything that's usable. So you might see this in a couple more videos because I'm going to be using it in other projects, so it might just be referencing where the material is coming from. But black walnut. That's what we're going to be working with today. Let's do it. All right. So without further ado, kick it off with the toe technique. So the weather's nice and I'm out here barefoot. I'm going to feed this material through the planer and then off to the drum sander to help clean it up a bit. And this is actually some pieces going to be used for another project. This is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be making a whole bunch of small pieces, so I don't have to worry so much about milling it down as much, cleaning up the whole surface, because I'm going to be able to just cut all that off. The project today is a keychain. It's very small, fit in your pocket, kind of small, but I need to make a lot of them, and I might need to make more of them. So we need to develop something that is repeatable and fairly consistent. Some differences are okay because it's going to be a handmade keychain, and I think the differences are what are going to make it great. It's going to have a brand, and the brand is going to look like a railroad crossing sign. And so that's what I'm working on here. That's a piece of 1-inch steel drive shaft that I had, and I forgot to record when I cut that and filed it, so I kind of reenacted it as I was just cleaning it up a little bit. But that's going to be the head of my brand. I don't even know if that's what it's called, head of a brand. I don't want to heat up the whole steel shaft, so I'm going to just cut the end off and weld it to a handle. That's not me there, my tattoos didn't disappear. I'm at my brother's house now, and he was helping me weld because he's a welder and I'm not. He's got the experience. Still here at my brother's, a change of scenery. That's not my shop, this is his. I'm on his Harvey, and we're there for my niece's birthday, so it's nice to have the shop there while the kids are having fun. I can too. I did cut one at first. I put a line on a mark a line on the table saw itself so that I'm making these all fairly consistent, and then cut them with a sled. And I stacked them up, a couple of them and then 3 of them, just to get them done quicker. So, being a keychain, it's going to be wood, leather, keychain. So I need more than just a hole to attach the leather to. It's going to be about 3/8 to 1 inch thick strip of leather that's going to attach the keychain to the piece of wood. So it needs to be more of a slot than a hole. So how am I going to make that slot is the question. And how am I going to do it in a whole bunch of these things? So that is a Dremel. What I'm doing is making a It's a makeshift router table for a Dremel. It's a Dremel table. And there we go. Kind of getting it dialed in there, and I'm going to test one out. I think that's going to work. Maybe I'll try another one. You see quite a bit of smoke there, so the drill bit, it's not a drill bit, it's a Dremel bit, is not a drill bit and doesn't like to drill, it likes to cut. So what I didn't show is that I pre-drilled all of these to help out with that, and then I feed that bit into the pre-drilled hole and create my slot. And I guess I could have put some stops or something on this table to help guide, or maybe even drew some lines, but I'm just eyeballing these. I said 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and I know what that looks like. I can do that. So I have a stack of them there ready to go, and it's off to sanding. So this is all about just getting into rhythm. It's a whole bunch of these things going on. I might have some music or TV show. I think I had Jeopardy on for a little bit there, but it gets meditative. Just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so eventually I found a rhythm, and I would just sand each side fairly equally. I do like some saw marks. If you can see them, I think it's kind of cool. I just want to clean them up, so it's going to be a keychain, and I don't want it to be a nuisance in your pocket. And now we're going to try some branding. The torch looks like it's really close to my cabinet there, and it's not. It's the angle of the camera. It looks like it's closer. This is safe. I'm not going to burn my house down. You see me there checking the temperature. I want to make it fairly consistent. So I found that about 500 degrees worked pretty well. I got the brand that I wanted, and it didn't burn too much. And then after doing a little bit of research, I found that if you spritz it with water, it'll keep the brand where the brand's supposed to be and help resist some of the bleed out that happens. So you get some crisper lines and a cleaner brand. So here we go, trying some of them out. I threw a glove on, the end of that thing was getting hot, and I want to be able to guide it, get these things fairly straight. And it just so happened that that thing hung right there conveniently on my cabinet. I thought for sure I was going to burn myself at some point, but I never did. Rounding the edges just a little bit and then dipping it in some oil, and I'll hang them out to dry. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 that I got done. And then we're back to the table saw. So you're probably wondering why I'm cutting off all the holes that I made. So I got those few done. It's like a little test, and I just didn't like how they came out. They were too long and it just wasn't quite right. So I'm gonna cut those ends off, pre-drill again, make my slot again, sand them again, oil again, and hang them out to dry again. So now it's off to the leather portion. I do have quite a bit of leather tools. I don't get to use them as much as I would like, but it's cool for stuff like this. I have what I need, just basic tools, but I was able to pull this out and throw some pieces together. So I'm gonna cut a little strip. I have my caliper set to just about 1/2 inch. So I mark it, cut it out, and then I'm gonna punch some holes. These, again, I'm just eyeballing, 1 on each end and 1 in the center. And I'm gonna do that with all these slivers. There's a whole stack of them with a half-eaten cookie. And I'll show you what we're gonna do. So I'll put a rivet, feed it through one end, then the other end of the leather strip, fold it over, and into the center hole that I punched. Don't mind that little gnat that flew by. And then I'll put the cap on the other end of that rivet. I'm not sure what these tools are called. Maybe it's like an anvil and a punch, but they're contoured out to match the rivet. Place one under, one over, and give it a tap. Or 3. And here we have a finished product. Probably could have chose a better one that wasn't crooked or offset as the example, but here's the mess that I created, and I managed to get 38 of them done. So 38, that's good. It's a good start. My goal was 35, exceeded it just a bit, but I needed to make a lot. That'll get me by for now, and I need to make more. So let me share this with you. This is what I drew, what I had in my mind, what I wanted it to look like. And this is what I drew before touching any material. And I think I got pretty dang close. So it's cool to be able to take something from a concept, from an image, from a thought, and make it reality. So value those skills, use those skills, exercise those skills, and if you can, do it to bless somebody else. So these are going to be gifts for some special people, and I hope they appreciate them. And I hope you appreciate and enjoy this video. We'll see you next time. Thanks.